You're watching the Sports Central Showdown.
All right, everybody, it's time for the Sports Central Showdown. We're going to debate topics, and we have two guests on, Graham Metzker, ESPN Plus, and with us here at Sports Central, and my man Alex Hutton with the Sporting Tribune, also here at Sports Central. And the thing we're going to debate, you guys, it's summertime, so you know the World Cup is coming around. Who do you guys think will win the World Cup? Graham, you can go first.
My favorite tournament in all of sports. And I think La Roja, Spain, are taking it all this year at the World Cup. And that's because history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, and it looks like we're stumbling into another Spanish golden generation. The only other time that Spain won the World Cup, in between that, they won the Euro championship on either side. So they won the 2010 World Cup, they won the 2008 and 2012 Euro championships. Well, Spain are the reigning Euro champions from 2 summers ago. And the reason that this is even more of a golden generation than the teams with Iniesta and Xavi and Fernando Torres is the young man by the name of Lamine Yamal. When Spain was playing in the European Championships 2 summers ago, he was the youngest ever player to feature in the European Championships. Okay, a couple games later, he became the youngest ever player to score in the European Championships. A little bit after that, he was the youngest to score in a semifinal. That came against France on the way to the final win, where Lamine had an assist the day after his 17th birthday. Lamine Yamal is now 18 years old. He's only gotten better over these 2 years. Behind him, he's got an incredibly experienced midfield and defense. He's got Rodri, a Ballon d'Or winner, as well as Pedri, his running mate at Barcelona. 3 Golden Glove caliber goalkeepers at Spain. It's all stacking up for Spain to not only dominate this World Cup, but to keep on going after.
Okay, good point. Alex, what do you think?
Graham's going with La Roja. I'm going with Les Bleus. I'm taking France to win the World Cup because I believe that Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele are the best offensive 1-2 punch in this entire tournament. That's going to make a huge difference. You mentioned sort of past tournaments, past experience. How about France looking for redemption after that loss to Argentina in that incredible final in 2022? That should give them motivation on a level that no other team has. They had that great squad that finished second in the last World Cup, and now they've added some great young players. Michael Olise, Desiree Doué, adding that extra firepower to a team that was obviously already really, really good. The offense is the highlight, but the defense is great too. You got William Saliba, Jules Koundé, Theo Hernandez, all serving as that backbone for Mike Maignan as he steps into his first ever World Cup, which I think should give him a level of motivation. And they have a coaching advantage. Didier Deschamps is one of the best and most experienced managers at this tournament, and he is going into his final tournament as manager of the France team. So when you factor in the tactical side of things, the talent on the field, and the motivational, emotional factors that go into it, France has the complete package, and it all adds up to a win at the World Cup.
So when we talk about the World Cup, I mean, you guys are going Spain and France, right? Okay. And when you think of a guy like Lamine Yamal, who plays for Spain, then Kylian Mbappe for France, those two guys going head to head. And Alex, I'm going to start with you. Like, when you look at these two superstars, what's your first thought that comes to mind?
Both phenomenally talented players. When it comes down to a tournament as big and as prestigious as the World Cup, give me the guy, the more experienced player with more World Cup experience and who has just been around the game for longer. That veteran presence is what I give the edge to two players who, like I just said, are both incredible talents on the pitch. But I want the guy who's been at the World Cup before, who has those years of experience under his belt.
And there's nothing I can say against Mbappe's play on the pitch. He's done it in a World Cup final multiple times, once as an 18-year-old, then just 4 years later. He's done it all on the pitch. They're both very similar, Lamine and Kylian Mbappe, the way they broke onto the scene at such a young age and took the world by storm. But Alex, I would say that the biggest thing that Kylian Mbappe brings is not his world-breaking pace or his shots. It's actually the drama that he's bringing with him. So he's coming off a very tumultuous season with Real Madrid, where he was constantly at odds with his teammates. He left PSG 2 years ago. In those 2 years since he's left, they are back-to-back Champions League winners without Kylian Mbappe. Darren, I don't know if you've seen, but in the press, since Mbappe has been going around with the France team, he's rolling around with the French president in front of him. They call this guy the dictator in Madrid. And so I'm very curious if we may see some drama like we did in 2010 for France when they were sending players home just one World Cup after they lost in the final. I think that some drama off the pitch could start to leak into this France team and maybe have them crash out a little bit earlier than we're expecting.
I mean, we've been talking a lot about Spain and France, and clearly when we look around, we're in the United States. What about Team USA, you guys?
Oh man, I am absolutely sleeping, snoring on this Team USA squad. I think when I was expecting this USA team to come through decades later, when we knew that this World Cup was going to be here in the future, I imagined the future of USA soccer to be glistening and bright and up there with the France's and Spain's, and it's just not the truth. People will say, oh, they used to have a hardworking team. Now they have a talented team. Is it too much to ask for both? Is it really too much to ask for both on the soccer pitch? I think that this USA team is entitled, and I think that if it wasn't for an easy group they were given, they could have been knocked out earlier. No shot they get past the first knockout round.
Wow,
Yeah, I mean,
Alex, Graham says this team's entitled. Go ahead, give me your point on this one.
The thing to me is they don't have that star power. They don't have someone like an Mbappe or a Yamal who can get you over the top of the situation. Like you said, Graham, a relatively weak group, so that should help them out. I think they can get out of that group stage, but when it comes to the knockout rounds and it's just, one game and you can't, afford those slip-ups that a less talented team might have, I don't see them going farther than that first knockout game.
All right, we're going to start the 24-second clock, and I'm going to start with you, Graham. You have 24 seconds to tell me why you think Spain is going to win the World Cup.
They've got the fullbacks that have got the speed to stop Mbappe, Dembele, and Doué and Olise. They've got a midfield that you can't even get across. They'll be holding the ball the whole time long. And then you've got Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal dazzling on the wings. No one will be able to catch them. The best defensive team, the best midfield, maybe one of the best offenses. They went perfect in the Euros. I expect another perfect run in the World Cup.
All right, Alex, you're going with France, and you have 24 seconds for your final statement, your closing argument.
I find it appropriate that we've picked these sides. Graham, you just got back from a vacation to Spain. I'm vacationing off to France in about a week, so it's appropriate how this works out. I'm sure World Cup fever rising up and up in Spain right now. I'm going to be there in the middle of the tournament, so I'm super excited for that, and I can't wait for France's this perfect combination of offensive explosiveness, defensive steadiness, managerial experience, and the redemption narrative to all come together as they hoist that trophy in about a month.
All right. The World Cup starts June 11th. We'll see what happens in July to see if Graham's right or Alex, if you're right. Thank you guys for joining the Sports Central Showdown. We'll see if Spain or France wins the World Cup.
You're watching the Sports Central Showdown.